God's house, but this is where God resides. Hello. Amen. Revelations 5 and 11 to verse 13. When you have it, just say amen.
Amen.
Amen. And I do bring you greetings from Spirit of Life Church of God in Christ in Columbus, Ohio.
Amen.
Amen. God has been blessing us. Amen. We receive new members every Sunday. It's only been 2 Sundays. And this is the 3rd Sunday. And people are excited. They said they're ready to do it, but God has called them to do. And when I moved to Ohio, I got to tell my testimony. When I moved to Ohio, I had a district manager position. And the company moved me. But before I moved, the Spirit of God gave me a dream before I left. And when I saw this dream with all these people in this building that I didn't know, and I said, they were talking, I said, what are y'all doing? They said, we're building a church. I said, for what? They said, because we believe in your ministry. And when I got to Ohio, one of my managers said to me, who was an evangelist, she said, this job is not the reason why you're here. She said, it's a vehicle to get you here. And my bishop said the same thing.
Amen.
Hello. Because I had pastored 5 years when I was in Houston. But when I came here, I was under a pastor. And I served under Pastor Willie Williams. And when I got here and heard her say that, and when I lost my job, the moment I told my pastor about the church, and God was leading me to start this ministry, my pastor, the next day I lost my job. With no warning, no nothing. But God says I did it for a reason. I said, God, was it because I waited too long? Because God told me 6 months ago to do it. And I kept hesitating and said, I don't know, God, because I'm in a strange place. And I've been helping this pastor. How's he going to feel if I leave? But God said, no, that's not why I took it. He said, I took it to show you something. Because when I came and I talked to one of my managers and told them about the building, about I don't know what I'm going to have church or nothing. She said, well, my mom has a church. And she knows of a building that's ready to go with chairs, benches, everything already in it. And she said, go look at it. I went and looked at it. And I said, okay, God, we need the money. $1,500. I ain't working. God sent the money. And I didn't have to have a program to get it. And we went into that building and the people started coming. Hello. And they kept coming. And last Sunday, one brought others with her and said, I'm bringing 10 more with me next Sunday. I'm bringing my family next Sunday because I believe in your ministry. See, when God has something for you, if you're faithful. See, when I was at my church, I was faithful. Wherever my pastor went, I was with him. He didn't have to beg me to go nowhere because I knew it was a mandate that God had given me. When I got up in the morning, I had the furthest to drive than everybody else. Some of them stay right in the town, but I always beat them there. And ended up taking all these different positions that I didn't want. Start the prayer, do everything. Why? Because folk was this late. So we have to understand that if we want to do things in God, we got to be timely. You go to work on time. See, that's how I got elevated on my job. It's because I was faithful there as well as faithful at church. There were times I called out work more than I called out church. I rarely ever called out the church. I had to be in the hospital to not go. Hello, somebody, because the Bible tells you you go to the elders of the church even when you're sick. Hello, somebody. See, some of us, we get all tired and, oh, God knows. Yeah, he knows, and that's why you lose your job next week. But see, because you got to be faithful. My little son taught me something on last Sunday because when he had 102 fever. Most of us would have said, I'm going to take him to the hospital. I told my wife, stay here with him because he ain't going nowhere. He looked at me and said, Daddy, I want to go to church. And I kept telling him, son, you don't feel good. He said, I feel better. Because he loves going to church. Because I taught my children to love God. Because that's all they know.